Hey Geminis, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. If nothing resonates, just check back next time or look at your moon and or rising signs. I apologize for the delay. I was unable to record any videos yesterday, but here we go. Today is the 1st of September. Oh man, this year is flying by like every other year does. All here is blow cinnamon into your front door for abundance. Okay. So let's dive straight into your energy. Let's see what comes forward from Spirit, please, for Geminis. First one is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Absolutely. The biggest thing in your journey is learning to be honest with yourself, right? Trying to see both sides of the situation, knowing that sometimes we do play a part in those rough scenarios where things do not go our way, or I know I'm explaining this wrong. Hopefully it makes sense to you. I just, I'm not saying that, being abused is not your fault. It's not what I'm saying. It's kind of like, explain this. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. So my last roommate, the way she handled transitioning myself and her out of her home was not done well. But at the same time, she was trying to tell me that she wanted me to leave before she did, but she did it in a roundabout way. So in a way, I contributed to the fact that it all blew up in our faces at the end. Absolutely. But it took me up until, like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, that I was like, oh, I guess I did kind of play a hand in that, because I was unwilling to realize that a shift was happening, that change was happening, that she wanted me to, she wanted to clear out the upstairs before she started showing to potential buyers. It's kind of like that. So it's just being aware of situations. Yeah, I feel like I'm butchering this, so I think I'm just being more aware and being more honest with yourself. And especially when you feel like you're running uphill towards something that just isn't, like, it's pushing back. Sometimes things just aren't meant for us. Okay. What else for Geminis? For Geminis, thank you. We have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I love it. If you know your purpose, great. I want you to embrace it. I want you to fully just dive headfirst into it. If you have some stepping stones to get to being integrated into your full purpose, take those steps, okay? Not everyone has the financial stability to jump into a new project, right? So build your way up to it. Start small, baby steps. Some of you are still kind of figuring out the logistics of things. Some of you haven't seen the big picture of it all yet, but you're definitely moving in the right direction, okay? You're definitely doing the right research. You're definitely looking at things that are meant to help you. And if you notice, the two colors are shades of purple. Purple is crown chakra. So you're definitely connected to spirit. Spirit is talking to you. You're talking to spirit. That line of communication is open for you guys, which is so beautiful. Keep that open and keep listening and keep talking, okay? The last card you got was failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Absolutely. It may not feel that way in the beginning. Anytime something happens that makes us feel distraught or hurt, it's almost like a grieving process needs to happen, where it's going to take time for you to heal from it. And I want you to give yourself that time without any pressure, without making yourself feel bad. Everybody has their own healing process, okay? And eventually you will realize that it was an opportunity to learn. Okay, so let's dive into tarot. current and future energies for Geminis, please. Current and future energies for Gemini. The Empress, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck overall energy, we have the Tower. You're going through a shift. You're going through changes right now. Be very kind and generous to yourself at this time, especially if you're having a Tower moment or you feel like you're walking into one or walking out of one. Wherever you're at in your journey, take it with a grain of salt. You're balancing out karmas. You're setting yourself free. You're really dealing with the deeper emotions. You're allowing yourself to process things. You may even feel it physically. You may feel it mentally, you may feel it emotionally. Everybody, again, is different. Hold on a second. Excuse me. I almost feel like someone's gonna gain some like major clarity about something, and I feel like that's really connected to this failure card, this purpose card, and honesty. Like all of these intertwine, and it really connects to this Tower moment, right? When you're honest with yourself about the truth, when you realize what your purpose is, your foundation, things start shifting, right? When you realize that a mistake is an opportunity to learn, that's the Tower card. Okay. All right. So current energies, we have the Empress, the Hierophant, the High Priestess. That's a lot of major arcana energy. There is some major things happening for you. Somebody might be pregnant, becoming a mother, or an idea. So we're over here with the Purpose card again. An idea is being formed. There's this energy of really following your intuition, listening to your guides. Like I had said before, you're really connected to spirit right now. Like that channel is completely open. There's nothing blocking it. There's nothing getting in the way. You did the work to create that bridge, and it's there and it's solid, okay? And it's funny that the Hierophant came out as well. I always see this card with the steps going up as you walking away from the constructs of or the restraints of this, how do I want to say it? The social norms. Yeah, social norms. You're going to walk away from it. Yeah, you're really listening to your guides. You're following what you feel is right for you. Yeah, see, there's a lot of change happening. A lot of change happening for you. You may not even notice it. You may not even realize it. But Spirit is telling you, yeah, you're releasing. Devil card came out in reverse. Again, I don't normally do reversals, but when they come out like that, I take them. You're releasing a lot of toxicity. I had actually dropped that card when I first started shuffling this deck, and it still came out. That's amazing. But you're definitely a work in progress, you know, and we are work in progresses until the day we leave this planet. Okay? So know that there's more to the journey. There are more lessons. There are more challenges. There are going to be more shifts. There's going to be more changes. It's all about adapting and growing as we age, right? So, and even if, like, let's say you get rid of one toxic behavior, but you have like 7 more, that's work in progress. That you're willing to overcome one and be strong in that energy to know that you can overcome more. That you can walk away from things that bring toxicity into your life. Future energies, we have the Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. It's kind of like this back and forth heaving and hoeing of I can open myself up, but I can only open myself up so much, right? I'm learning how to talk to people, to talk to myself. I'm learning how to so this card in this deck, the Page of Swords, is different than regular tarot. So in regular tarot, this card talks about mental instability. But in this deck, it talks about learning and being a student and or a mentor. So I'm going to take that energy that you're learning how to open yourself up because you're extremely guarded, and that's okay. And and Spirit wants you to know, I don't know why I said I, because it's Spirit that's talking through me. Yeah, I totally black out as I do these readings. I don't really ever remember the things that I say, which is why it's good to record these. If you notice, there's like this ring, this protection around her. That's Spirit, right? You are protected, but you're also on the defense. Okay, you're learning how to open yourself up. You're learning how to ask for things that you truly want, and you're learning to not be afraid of that energy, which is so beautiful. Learning to speak up for yourself. Finding balance and harmony in your life. Could be opening up to people that understand you. Maybe it's a group of, maybe made some new friends, or you're in the process of making new friends, that people are willing to hear you and and are very kind and understanding to the journey and help you celebrate your milestones. They're helping you work through some past energies. Page of Swords again. See, and then this card is different, or this card represents something different in this deck as well. In this deck, the Page of Swords is about how you speak to yourself, how you think to yourself. The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, so you're really, it's kind of like you're just really in your headspace right now, trying to allow that to open up, to be less critical, to be more accepting, etc. Into Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. What we got here? So we've got some healing energy from Spirit of Waters. You are definitely going through a cleanse at the moment. We've got some Spirit of the Wolf energy, loner, fierce instincts. So I'm going to say with the Spirit of Dwelling Place, Home Structure Foundation, you're spending a lot of time alone at home, being very protective of yourself, but what you're doing is you're healing yourself. Because being around other people's energies is not only draining, but people, at least the people that you're surrounded by right now, for the most part, are people from the past. So, and they may not be growing or doing things like you are, so be very careful. You got to be very protective of yourself. You have Spirit of the Cat. Be very independent and curious in your journey. Don't let anybody else hold you back. That's all we get from that deck. So let's go ahead and dive into Soul Growth Journey. Final messages. Looks like we've got some shadow work, letting go of victim consciousness, of blaming others for your situations. Here's what I have to say about that. There is a point in your life where you have to start taking responsibility for your choices, for your actions, and that is solely up to the individual, okay? I take responsibility for my actions at 15, so 20 years ago. About this time ago, 20 years ago, I had started working part-time job while going to school full-time, and I've been doing it ever since. So it's different for everybody. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Taking responsibility, right? So even though things have happened to you that happened through other people, as you get older, you have to stop doing that. Because then you're going to constantly be in this victim consciousness where you blame everybody for your situation, for your predicament, and nothing is ever your responsibility. And you just have to begin to own up to the choices and the mistakes that we make. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we shift into the best version of ourselves, right? Being grateful for the journey, staying aware, staying connected, staying consciously aware of spirit talk. Listen to your instincts. Even if you're not an empath, listen to your instincts. You are definitely going through some spiritual awakening moments. You may have already done it, you may not. I'm hearing that for some people, the spiritual awakening, you may have the initial awakening, but there are like sub awakenings. I've never heard of this, so I don't know why this is coming out, but this may be for someone specific. There's like minimal, oh my gosh, there's like subcategories of spiritual awakenings. Someone's going through that right now, where it's like little pockets of changes, of moments of clarity, of which I mean that could totally be for anybody. It makes sense, because all of a sudden, you awaken and you realize everything is bullshit, and blah blah blah, and then there's smaller moments where you allow change to happen. Yeah, I guess that could be for anybody. But anyways, interesting reading, Geminis. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I'll talk to you guys next week.